Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zahra, ex-Muslim, ex-Shia, true one, true ex-Muslim. This is one of a kind. What a beautiful religion. Shia Islam is. Even the Christians tell you some of them on YouTube in an indirect way. And also, like Suffer Heretic did. Oh, my English is just so terrible. Can't speak like Dr. David Wood. And not even like Christian friends. Rob Christian. Amshama can't have debates. So now, Zafar Heretic will tell you in his Hindi that Shia Islam has nothing much of history that we can rely on. It's all in the air. That's how he avoided Shia history on Khilafat, Kakil, play on Caliphate, right? So Abu Bakr, Umar, Ali, yeah, you went through Ali. But which Shia will believe in that, right? So they'll have to come here. And please leave your biases behind, prejudices. Stop creating obstacles for me, inside, outside. Can't even rely on the Christians, nor even the Hindus for any help or support. So, high and mighty Christians with their high and mighty channels, and ex-Muslims, and even apostate Imam, Shia, true Shia. Oh, so what if there are sex slaves, or what? There were sex slaves before Islam. Whoever tried to go to, and Hindus coming here, or disguised, go to Sahil, Adam Seeker, Nuria Khan rubbing it in. This world with its evil deceptions, soul with its dilly-dallying, Dwight Kumail, and no, distorted. Shias will show you how beautiful. I just showed you here also, Aka Metipuya on here, mind my English and also my Urdu. Ex-Muslims from Pakistan, multilingual Quran. And now the Azan was starting. I'm very slow, not as fast, not at all. Ooh, this comes Quran.com that I can't see. So, who will leave their prejudices behind? Who can even question deeply? Were the pagans giving a problem to Prophet Muhammad? Who was giving a problem? See how they've turned it around, made this religion so beautiful. The Shias and their imams before them, and now they're religious scholars. And we have absolutely wonderful Ismaili imam, fourth and now the fifth. Due respect to the Ismailis and their imams. Surah Baqarah ayat, we'll go there. See their interpretation, maybe it's similar to, ooh, and should I sarcastically say, thank you, Dr. Khalil Andani, for saying in these debates high and mighty debates, channels, big channels of Christians, and what setups, what studios. Who is going to come here in my small channel? Sarcastically, shall I say thank you? Although I told my brother recently that I don't thank people in this way. At least I'm not deceptive in this, although you would say I'm lying if you find that out. My brother can tell you. As awful as, not as awful as Imam Ali, was really strict. Mm. First and foremost, who will he get the hypocrite? Oh, Imam Mahdi now should get the hypocrites, right? Use force against facade liars. No, no, there will be freedom of choice in Islam. When Imam comes, 190. Oh, Dr. Khalil Andani on only religious scholars can do this. So I wondered, Sunni religious scholars, Alvar Shia religious scholars. So he's just giving the history like this is Alvar Shia, this is Ismaili Shia, this is Sunni Shia. Very eloquent. But who would give it like this and show you? There have been many obstacles in my way since I started this. It went on and on and on. No one really cares. But my channel, who cares? To see this. So, fight in the way of a life, those who fight with you, and I will make mistakes. So they try to, oh, I went to ex-Muslim, Arisha, and they made me say welcome there when I entered. They embarrassed the hell out of me. They've been doing this since year 2000, even more, like putting the blame, making a spellbound, like not able to say the right thing. So who will come here? They're trying to discourage me. Thanks. Oh, no, no, you. So now I'm being a little, yeah, lying type, a sarcastic. Thank you, Christians, and all. Not that I mean it. Um, what a setup. What high and mighty you have. And even Iran is becoming Christians. Hatun Tash with Adam Seeker. Was like one Christian told me that you suck up to my mother. Why would I suck up to her mother? Because I wanted peace and understanding. Who is laughing? Christians sucking up to Adam Seeker and Adam Seeker sucking up to the Christians. Let me just check alone if the sound is coming. Oh, I have Irani Christians. حال شما چی هست؟ خوب است؟ Hmm? How are you? Good? Good? Christians. Oh, now Irani Christians. Only the Christians can go to Muhammad Faridi's channel. And of course, you want me to get angry at the Christians, provoke me, how they set up, how Sam Shaman said what he said against me, and even which other? Kaltoffer. Houston Euler. So if you want to, and I was, how can the Christians see the truth against their own religion, right? But this religion, they have a lot. Ask, watch Rob Christian's videos. What Abu Sufyan did to Prophet Muhammad. These are heretics against Abu Bakr, Uthman. Ugh, Khilafat ka खेल. Shia Islam is what history of Shia Islam? You want me to defend? Yes. Oh, on the history. Oh, see if I can do that. Like the Christians talking fast. Oh, I'm sorry I have to say this. No. Let me first show you like where Allah has represented what and misrepresented. In the Quran, as Imam Mahdi hasn't come to show us. And I appeal to, let's see if through the thighs, with due respect to the Ismailis, they're very good people. And of course, no one can compare to you, Ismailis. I really mean it. But truth, who cares about the truth, right? So, see what happened. With due respect to Ismailis, the Imams, this is what I was wondering why the schism, such a big one. At the time of Imam Jafar Sadiq, just or about his sons, between the Ismaili Shias and the Twelver Shias, there was a split there. So, however, they respect the Imam of the Twelver Shias, Imam Musa Kazim, the son of Imam Jafar Sadiq, younger son, then Ismail. The Ismailis do. But you see, the Twelver Shias don't respect the Ismaili Imam. Anyhow, so this really, I was wondering why would Allah do this and not protect this Islam, this true, beautiful, most beautiful Shia Islam from schisms, Imams. One Imam saying, all this that I'm the Imam, the other Imam, the son of the Imam, present Imam saying I'm the Imam or after him. My father, after Imam Jafar Sadiq, the sixth Imam, that I was made the Imam by my father. This happening, so why wouldn't Allah protect this? God knows. And then we don't know properly the life history. But here I can attack the Ismailis. So on this, sorry, I don't mean to, like, I'm just joking. But, I read about, I'm sorry, Ismailis, I mean, how could you, but maybe you had no choice, right? Prince Ali Agha Khan. Um, Agha. So I read about him and I tried to see what was the case about Prince Ali Agha Khan on Wikipedia. Was he really what the Western also see? against him. So Aga Khan was born in Turin, Italy, the younger son and only surviving child of Sultan Muhammad Shah Aga Khan III and Cleof Caterina, Teresa, Janetta, Magliano. His father was born in Karachi, British India, right? Now in modern day Pakistan. His mother was Italian. His paternal grandparents were born in Iran. He had two brothers, Muhammad Mehdi Khan, known as Joseph, who died in 1911. Sorry if I mispronounced the name of his. And by his father's third marriage, Sadruddin Agha. Ali Khan was educated by his father's third marriage. Oh, Sadruddin Agha Khan was also the son of. Okay, so Prince Ali Khan didn't become the Imam, but his child did. So that means Imam Agha Khan III's grandchild became the Imam. So why did this happen? Isn't the Imamate supposed to go from father to son or brother to brother and not the grandchild? It's Prince Ali Khan. Why did this happen? He had an accident, sorry. First marriage, then second marriage. Oh, but this is what Hayward says, divorced in 1953 from Prince Ali Khan. Hayward rejected his offer of 1 million, I think, what is it, dollars, if she would raise Yasmin in the Muslim faith from age 7 and allow her to go to Europe to visit with him for 2 or 3 months each year. Is this true? Hayward said, "Nothing will make me give up Yasmin's chance to live here in America, among our precious freedoms and habits." Is this true? While I respect the Muslim faith and all other faiths, it is my earnest wish that my daughter be raised as a normal, healthy American girl in the Christian faith. There isn't any amount of money in the entire world for which it is worth sacrificing this child's privilege of living as a normal Christian girl here in the United States. There just isn't anything else in the world that can compare with her sacred chance to do that. And I'm going to give it to Yasmin, regardless of what it costs. Apostate, but nothing, at least in Ismailis, they don't punish for apostasy. What else did Rita Hayward say? Rita Hayward. Uh, while still married to Hayward, Khan began a relationship with American film and stage actress Jean Tierney, whom he was engaged to marry in 1952. Is this true? Also, there's, in view of the fundamentally altered conditions in the world in very recent years, due to the great changes that have taken place, including the discoveries of atomic science, I'm convinced that it is in the best interest of the Shia Muslim Ismaili community that I should be succeeded by a young man who has been brought up and developed during recent years and in the midst of the new age and who brings a new outlook on life to his office. Oh, so that's why the grandchild, Aga Khan, said this, Aga Khan the Third. So, the will on 12th July in his will, 1957, upon reading of the will of Aga Khan the Third, Ali Khan's eldest son, Karim Aga Khan, then a junior at Harvard University, was named Aga Khan the Fourth and the 49th Imam of this. It was the second time that the descent from father to son was circumvented in the community's 1,300-year history, according to Aga Khan's will. So this is according to Aga Khan's will that I read earlier before reading this. And oh, what did Rita? Khan and his family were heavily involved in horse racing, owning and racing horses. This is what my father objected to against the Ismaili Imam. Hayworth had no interest in the sport but became a member of Del Mar, a thoroughbred club. Anyway, her filly double rose again. The Rita Hayworth, yeah, went through some mental divorce. Why was she divorced? Hayworth threatened to divorce him in Reno, Nevada, U.S. Reno. In early May, Hayworth moved to why? Was married to Khan, was spotted dancing with the actress. Oh, Joan Fontaine in the nightclub. So Imam's son is going to the nightclub. Is that true? Is this true? And then did we have a choice? Khan the third was such a great person also. Did the Smileys have a choice? What? So, oh, sorry, I just saw this extreme cruelty. Huh? She stayed at Lake Tahoe, Nevada with their daughter, saying there was a threat. Child would be kidnapped. Hayworth filed for divorce from Khan, Prince Ali Khan, on 2nd September 1951 on the grounds of extreme cruelty, entirely mental in nature. Oh, God. Rita Hayworth files divorce action in Reno, Los Angeles Times, 1951, September 2nd. Is this true? Imam's son, Aga Khan III, was the Imam. Prince Ali Khan doing this. And sorry, Ismailis. So it is very hard, right? See how hard it is to leave this religion. The Ismailis that stayed on, and some became 12 Shias in India. Oh my God, so this. And filed a case against Aga Khan III. A lady did. And then she became a 12 Shia, I think. Extreme cruelty. So, do you care? Have you questioned your Imam about this? But okay, let me not be. Well, extreme cruelty. Imagine, I can imagine. Oh, Shia, extreme cruelty. Hmm. No, no, let me not. So here we have a little drama and all this, right? Drama, action, thriller. कौन सा गाना है? Which song is it? Smiley Indians. And have you seen this movie? Old Times. पतली कमर है तेरे जी नजर हाँ आजा मेरा पतली पलती patili kamar. So I've known my cousin to be like this, and I think he may be reincarnated. Kamar Prince Ali Khan. And extreme cruelty. Ugh. I can relate to this. हमारे हैं तेरे जीना हाँ आजा मेरा मन जाए बाला आजा तेरा कोई घर है hey Prince Ali Khan in the clubs, dancing, beautiful women. पतली कमर why am I doing this? What is I'm doing this for the truth's sake. I've left behind my prejudice and I don't want to but I have to call what the person. If I'm like this, I have to call out myself, right? I'm doing wrong. I have to correct myself also, and I have to call out against myself. पतली कमर है तेरी बरसात में तुमसे मिले. But I don't want to make it too dramatic. But, this is life, you see. And Imam's son's doing this. How could it? How can you accept this? However, the ones the Ismailis that went against Ismailism then became 12 Shias. Somehow don't leave this religion. Hurting people. If you've been married to an Imam's son and go through this, but thank God that Rita Hayworth then was set free and she could take her daughter abroad, Yasmin. Oh, Hayworth once said she might convert to Islam but did not. During the custody fight over the daughter Yasmin, is this true? Khan said he wanted her raised as a Muslim. Hayworth, who was raised a Roman Catholic, wanted the child to be a Christian. Oh, yes. Justice, where's justice? If this is true, cruelty. Mom, not. Wait, so the extreme cruelty against Rita Hayworth? Who spoke about this? No. Justice in Islam, I thought Shia Islam. Very important, right? A woman should not cry a tear of pain given by her husband. So when at least he should have done muttas and all this. What is this clubbing and all? And still become a Muslim. Oh goodness. Roman Catholic also. What is this? Anyways, Roman Catholics they can go clubbing and all this. I like so not eloquent. Like the high and mighty Christians, Western. So I also okay, you would say it's hard for her to find that, or how would you taunt me here like Saklan Heather would come and Temur and all this low lives, Muhammad Jafar or Jafar Muhammad laughing and taunting and all this. Huh? Did you think it is easy from the Quran not the polytheist side, but the Muslim side. And I've seen such violent acts against hypocrites also, and those in whose hearts is a disease, unjust. And the Banu Nadir and Banu, the Jewish tribes, Surah Hashara, it's Allah cast terror. Why? So this was not even the city Allah should have given. When Allah says, Vast is my earth, and if you're being oppressed, leave that land and go somewhere else. Then Allah says, why would you not fight in the way of Allah? And for those, meaning for the weak who are oppressed, men, women, and children. In Surah Nisa, we've seen that ayat, right? Number 75, ayat number, or 74. I keep forgetting. Tells you to fight and then say against the polytheists. I mean, when they're praying to Allah to send them someone, and then Allah is telling you to fight for them. Is it always a fight, or can we have a good fight for peace and stop this oppression against weak people? We can, just write or say something instead of fighting them physically. Eh, it- Allah doesn't mean physically fighting for them or what? In Surah Nisa. Anyhow, I also ask myself the what is like, why would the polytheists expel Prophet Muhammad? Was it because he was just preaching? This is what Allah says, right? Where is it? Where's that? So I looked at Surah Nuh ayats, and I also considered Abraham's time, the ayats on Abraham against the polytheists. I looked at Surah Nuh ayats, and what was that ayat I stumbled on in my live stream? So just because they say that they are, just because they say they are, where is it? Where did I open it? Oh God, now I've forgotten. Just because they say our Lord is Allah, Surah Mumtahana ayat in my previous live stream. Let's go to Surah Mumtahana. Thank God I remembered. Why would the polytheists expel Prophet Muhammad? Just because this? See how Allah, I was like, oh my goodness, now, oh, you have believed. Do not take my enemies and your enemies as allies, extending to them affection, while they have disbelieved in what came to you of the truth, having driven out the Prophet and yourselves, Muslims, because you believe in Allah, your Lord. Right? So how beautiful Imams, Imams fought for justice or defensive wars. They didn't fight. Neither did Imam Ali ever fight offensive wars. He just told Amr bin Abdwud that I've come here to kill you, and there can be no friendship against between belief and disbelief. Against between. So I mess up my English language. Who would be here? Listen and watch. And it's very long, very, very long. 35 minutes. Just 35 minutes now. Yeah. Who's dying? Who's perhaps tomorrow I'll die. Waiting to die. Left to die also. Or you have believed. So what? Just Just because I love you. Oh, sorry, excuse me. That's a nice song by Anita Baker. Just because I do. Because you believe in Allah. Now, please, so tell me, is this true? Would this be true? Isn't this a misrepresentation? If you have, it wasn't that, can you see, can it be just that because they believe in Allah, they were expelled? And the Prophet with the believers were expelled, right? Just because they believe in Allah, your Lord. And if you have come out for jihad against these people because they drove you out in my cause and seeking means to my approval, take them not as friends. Now, if you have come out for jihad, hmm, you have come out, see this, because they drove out the Prophet and yourselves. So if you have come out for jihad in my cause and seeking means to my approval, that's it. The brackets. How could Allah so great? Please, what insult is this? Brackets? Uh, Thanks to Quran.com again. We have here, oh, you who believe, do not take my enemies and your enemies as allies, awliya, offering them love. Oh, while they have disbelieved, offering them love. Awad. While they've disbelieved in what came to you of the truth. But however the Shias are, maybe one Shia is left, right, and center abusing you. There's no amarja coming, no, for the child. Forget it. Still believe in. And still marry a Muslim, Shia Muslim better, right? Not just Sunni Muslim. And Sunni says still marry Sunni Muslim, not just Shia Muslim. Even the husband is, even if the husband is bad with the wife, or the husband is a bad person and he's better. You don't know, and Allah knows. Against the disbelievers and the polytheists. Even if the polytheist woman attracts you like anything stunning, right? Marry a believing woman that you don't like. Of course, some Shias, after the beauty crazy, mad, after it's a mad, mad, mad world. First of all, for money. Have you seen that movie? It's a mad, mad, mad world. How many times mad, mad? And the Shias also I've seen going after beauty, full package they want. But yeah, so she should be a Muslim, you know, that girl, that woman, Muslim Shia or Muslim Sunni for the Sunnis, offering them love while they have disbelieved in what came to you of the truth. Al-Haq. Let me see. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Uh, Please just lower the volume. Al-Haqqi. Now this is Al-Haqqi pronounced like this. So, Surah 17, Ayat 33. Uh, Kill, right? Kill those who are not on the truth. Yet Allah Tabatabai defines this word in there, in that ayat, as just cause. And I've taken the ayats and shown you that it's this. That you're supposed, you can kill them. But now you will take Allah Tabatabai's. How peaceful is Islam? And you will take that ayat. Take Surah Fusilat ayat, yes. Call them with a goodly calling to Islam. Who is better? And so that your enemy becomes your bosom friend. But you still don't see the contradictions here. So when can you fight? Yes, you would ask. Or when can you go after them now? Now it's too much. Now you need to go after the hypocrites and these ones who have disbelieved in what came to you of the truth, driving out the messenger. So poor messenger, they drove out the polities. So yeah, Allah puts it very well here and yourselves because you believe in Allah, your Lord. Do not offer them. Then, and if you come forth to strive in my way, not against them, no, no. When they come against you, then fight. So there are ayats like this, right? Surah Tawbah, sorry, Surah Bakra. Fight them if they fight you and kill them. To seek my pleasure, you confide to them love, but I am most knowing of what you conceal and what you declare. And whoever does it among you, then certainly he has strayed. Abu Bakr, Umar has strayed. Yes, okay. They were the ones giving love to the polytheists, has strayed from the path. And those who did not emigrate from Makkah to Medina, or even at that time, I'm talking about that time when they drove. The reason why I'm talking about that time for that I Surah 4 at 90, 89, 88 is because this about the time the Prophet was driven out and yourselves. Extending to them affection, yes, while they love, not mawadat, loving kindness, it means, because you believe. And you confide to them affection. I am so, and you see, disbelievers, no matter what good they do, it doesn't count. So if they are good with you, Muslims, in the end they'll be in hell. It won't count. All the good deeds, vain, in vain. Oh my God, is this? So why couldn't God just question that God could have said, if you are good to fellow human beings, even if you don't give me that worth, maybe deep down inside you have known my worth. And that's why I don't want your worship, right? I don't want your goodness towards me. I want it towards every human being, even your enemy, right? At first, Surah Fussilat. But you see, at first, and be good to them, and if they're not, then leave them. And what about this? Allah, so this, and you see how the Ismailis may have the Imams, right? But on every level, this should be available and understandable, the ayats at every level for the non believers, disbelievers, non Muslims. They can understand it, except, uh, you know, oh, how to say it? What's that word? My prepositional phrases. So most of the, in my live streams, I'm saying this while you'll be going to the Christian. Great, yeah, good quality I'm giving you. Good quality. Here the ball is wobbly, like my principal said, table tennis, when they were playing in college. And the bat doesn't even have its cover. Ball is wobbly. Tick, tick. You show me, Michael McDonald, what love is. Tuk, tuk, tuk. Oh, oh, ball is wobbly. Here, I don't have a studio. Oh, I spent so much in the times when I couldn't eat and I save my money by this. And but the volume is good of the phone. Again, it's not good here inside or what how to the screencasting is not good. Your love, the world cannot stand. Your dreams, the world cannot stand. Your beliefs, the world cannot stand. You, the world cannot stand. And how can we live without dying? Your life, the world cannot stand. Lekin Zahra, why blame the world like Imam Ali said, right? Blame some of your Shias also who can't stand this, who will not help you, who will discourage you. वैसे ही हम मोहताज हैं or dependent completely now. So, वैसे nice setup, Christians. David Wood and so his Ahmadi friend gets cancer. Nice setup. And Dr. David Wood said he's a psychopath or what? Very good setup. Very good. What discouragement? Trying to discourage Zahra, the Sam Shaman? You little whore. Little whore. Yeah, that's what my grandmother wanted to make me into. Sam Shaman. So, look at what British Muslims, Pakistani are doing, calling me, oh, sir, ah, then, my president here, UAE, would say, why is she repulsed by Muslims, Shias? Why is she repulsed by it? Why is she respect uncles and elderly cousins and Shias? Adam Seeker. So maybe Adam Seeker's mother, don't know, with Adam Seeker. Okay, let's just not go deep into this. Little whore, me. I wonder if Sam Shaman is an Alawite from Syria. Shia. This guy's तकिया बहुत करते हैं ये. मैंने देख लिया. I've seen it. They do a lot of this dissimulation. So did my cousin? Yeah, that's what my grandmother would have wanted you to say, me. And my father's my stepmother who leaked. But yeah, the Christians get against hatred. See, fighting. That's what this Shia wants. Wanted. Isn't it? Is it Sam Malik or Sam Shamoon? Ex-Shia. Oh my, sorry, excuse me, I can't talk properly on this. No, you people. So where am I in this jungle of deceptive beasts? Oh my goodness. Hatun Taj? Sam Shaman? Adam Seeker? Christians would do anything. Act, lie, cheat, get you to become Christians. This is what they're showing. So they're disguised. I got you long time ago. But what you care? Let the person bleed more as she's bleeding, hemorrhaging energy. See how these Shias can be sharp and cruel, and no doubt about it, extremely cruel. And then Zalmi, entirely mental in nature. You know what Rita Hayworth had? Her daughter took care of her. Now about Rita. What do you care? Dehra. Prince Ali Khan comes back. Huh? What do you care? Where is it? Her life. Hayworth might be worth $10 million. So, no, no. Sorry, I could have reached quickly going to her daughter on Wikipedia. Yasmin, Princess Yasmin. Taking care of her mother, personal life. Where did I read this? Is this true? What did her mother have? I really don't like this going to people's personal, but it's not influenced by the death of her mother for whom she cared, Alzheimer's disease, for many years. You know, when you are tortured mentally, like my mother was, her in laws, and by then, this making of this cousin by my grandmother. And my aunt, youngest. Huh? What do you care? Shias also. You don't care. Khan serves on the board of directors. Alzheimer's disease. Oh, philanthropic activity. Mentally tortured. And then they wanted my cousin. I would get married to this cousin of mine and get mentally tortured for the rest of my life. Like portrait of although he's rich, portrait of lady. He wouldn't stoop low for money, but for women, and mentally torturing me to no end. Henry James. You know that some people they just love to see. So because my mother stayed away, and at that time she didn't take the house in Karachi, my grandmother's house, but because she wanted to stay away, keep me and herself, her children away from my grandmother, mentally torturing or what not she did. Um, so um, her grandchild, you know what they did from childhood made me that this cousins would get married, put my name for my cousin, and whenever they'd come to London or oh my god, things. I mean, 5 year older than me or how many years older? And then when he found a beautiful girl in front of me, I got that beautiful girl became my friend, and she's telling me at her sister's, yeah, eldest sister's wedding, look, he's looking at you when he was looking at her, and she kept me with herself. Child going through this Shia Islam, yes, it wouldn't be surprising, and so he would be blaming my mother, right? Because they pampered him and they made him so cunning and so terrible, cruel. Awesome. Evil people, Samuel, cousin, made evil. Not surprising that Alzheimer's disease, and where's Imam? Why can't Imam heal her, right? Because she left Islam. And then AKDN for, I'm sorry, Ismailis also. See, where's the justice, the healing for all? And this, oh, for the moment there is healing. Do you think my mother was a non believer? She married at 13. I had to tell my mother in London, stop praying namaz. You're crying so much in the daytime. I had to go down, we had the kitchen downstairs. So get water for her. She would ask me, I had to go down, get water for her, and recite Naad Ali's and blow it in the water so that she would stop crying while praying namaz, Zohar Asr in London. Every time. And then she wanted to go back to Karachi. She missed Pakistan. So my father was saying, no, no, we stay here in London. It's better, much, much better. And then she said, Bibi Fatma Zahra's Kahani and Maula Ali also Kahani. Oh God. And then she's told me that Bibi Fatma Zahra, Bibi Sayyada, and Maula Ali have come in her dream and said, you will go to Pakistan. And they were like, their heads were down in front of her, standing in front of her. So she couldn't see their eyes and their face, like their head was bowed down. Oh God, in retrospect, sorry, excuse me. I didn't laugh. I was a very serious person. But the husband, my father, always blamed my mother for going back to Karachi, leaving London. What a beautiful place. London, but much, much, much better than Karachi, Pakistan. You will go to Pakistan. They said Maula Ali, Bibi Fatima Zahra, and the Prophet's daughter. So where's the justice in Islam? Sorry, there's no. This is unacceptable. So I thought the greatest person or be the greater person. If you have healing powers, there are healers. Oh, maybe that's a test for us, and God is testing us, moment believers, and there are healers. There are you're telling us, but those healers, nothing, disbelievers. So God is testing us. We are believers, and Shaitan comes here, and God has given them everything. Like the Jesus fortune teller. What did he tell this fortune telling woman? Get away, woman. My right? Jesus chastised or said something, right? Roughly and rudely. Satan. Oh, is it in the Bible or did I imagine it? A fortune. What did she do? She went to Jesus. Lady went to Jesus. She was a fortune teller, right? She had a special spirit in her, and she earned a lot of money for her owners uh, by telling fortunes. The girl followed Paul and us. No, this is Paul. Oh, it wasn't Jesus. It's Acts 16. Um, Oh, maybe I mixed it up. Sorry. Paul and us shouting, "These men are servants of the Most High God." Kept this up for many days. Went to Jesus. Oh, there was this lady who touched Jesus. Did Jesus rebuke a fortune teller? No one could heal her. 12 years bleeding. She came up behind him and touched the edge of his cloak, and immediately her. Who did? Sorry, um, was there a fortune telling woman who Jesus rebuked? Paul, did Paul rebuke her? She was a psychic, and with her fortune telling, made a lot of money for people who owned her. But Jesus rebuked the demon. Paul telling us in Acts 16. I've got a, yeah. Uh, I will have. Once we were going to the place of prayer, we were met by a female slave who had a spirit by which she predicted the future. She earned a great deal of money for her owners by fortune telling words. He followed Paul and the rest of us, shouting, "These men are servants of of the Most High God, who are telling you the way to be saved." God knows what is set up for my healing also, and meaning not healing, so that I become more punishing me for leaving his son and doing this. She kept this up for many days. Finally, Paul became so annoyed that he turned around and said to the spirit, "In the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to come out of her." At that moment, the spirit left. But Jesus didn't rebuke her. When her owners realized that their hope of making money was gone, they seized Paul and Silas and dragged them into the marketplace to face the authorities. What's the pronunciation for? I forgot it. Oh, no, Paul and Silas or Silas were dragged and punished. No, Jesus Christ didn't rebuke her. Get away, woman. Why did he say to this woman, get away from me? Get away. Maybe I'm mixing up the greatest story ever told, the Jesus of Nazareth scene. Get away, woman, from me. Check these words. Jesus did not answer a word. So his disciples came to him and send her away, but she keeps crying out after us. Go away, get away, woman. Let everyone weep for himself. Maybe it was a weep for yourself, not for me. I can't find it. A Canaanite woman. Maybe this one. Canaanite woman from that vicinity. Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. My daughter is demon possessed and suffering terribly. Oh, he doesn't heal her because she's a Canaanite woman. Oh, God. Okay, I've had enough of these. Sorry. Why did I even mention this? Get away, woman. Sorry, excuse me. I apologize for any errors I make on this, not properly understanding the Bible, or just watching the movies and mixing them up on Jesus Christ. Maybe Jesus of Nazareth or the greatest story ever told. Okay. Oh, so if I've made mistakes and the wrong thing that I've said here, I'm trying to check. I apologize. To make the correction. I don't like, yeah, this. I'm on live stream. Get away, woman. I thought, get away. That's why the fortune tellers and all uh, are to be rebuked or something. Get away, woman, Jesus. Jesus. Maybe I'm mistaken. Can't find it here. Okay, mixed up. I apologize. Just for this. I can't find it. Maybe I'm completely wrong. So, go back to my former religion. So you see, these are the questions I asked. And then well, there is violence against the hypocrites and God putting terror and against the um, polities, at least, who do not cease from leaving their gods, right? You keep fighting them. So sometimes you say, like, read in this context, take these as polities and not disbelievers only. and your religious scholars Shias. So I couldn't get that. Like, sorry, generally also taking it, first taking it generally to see if we can understand it. This, but I found taking it your way in context, I can take it in context, but not the way the Shias took it. So and another thing is that Allah uh, is, I don't know why he's not telling directly, but maybe he wants to keep you in confusion. So attack or not attack, and then the Shias say that force should be used against the corrupted people who are spreading corruption, right? And the Imam does it only. Some Muslims. It is a very dangerous religion. I saw that the Muslims can, and they have done it against Shias also, right? Their own fellow Muslims, like the radical Muslims now against the moderate Muslims. So these ayats, which can easily be taken out of context and generally taken generally to mean kill all those, then like I worked out, right? Surah 17, 933, not according to Allah Matabadabai or Maududi, even the Maududi Muslim, right? Non-Shia Muslim. And can you hear this? The prayer has started. Sorry. So there is, although in this mic cancellation of background sound. So you want to you have kept on punishing me on YouTube also with your high and mighty Christian setup, all that, the way unapproachable. Oh, wherever I go, oh my God. I shouldn't even get a chance to uh, how you punish me for everything. Like Christian Prince sharing it on Facebook is because my Shias are on. But punish me, punish me. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I haven't thought like in this pain or whatever can help. Then I've shared love and the part where Paramahamsa Vishwananda also, or anything about Radha Rani Kirtans and all. So punish me, punish me, punish me. You may not want to see me, see that, and the avalanche of sharing I've done on Facebook. Okay, so I've laughed because it was on Christian Princes, whatever, sometimes, and I don't watch the whole thing. Laughing it off, like not like when they, and then of course I've also said that the prophet against the prophet on live streams, warlord, rapist, this that, caravan robber, what David Wood showed us, and seeing through my Shia tafsir, my former religions tafsir on Surah Anfal. Definitely, he attacked the caravans of the polytheists, saying that, using Allah and saying that he's driven out. See, I can't take this ayahs like for it is from the true Allah now, since I've had sufficient evidence that it is not from the true Allah. Even reading, trying Shia tafsir on this, like in Surah 33 at 37, he shouldn't have done that. And Surah Tahrim ayat, he shouldn't have done, made haram what Allah has made halal for him. Now to find violence, yes, against hypocrites, and then he says, so first, reading and explaining to you that this is wrong, the way Allah has put it here, just for not emigrating in Allah's cause, kill them. And then he uses an exception. It's not right in this way. He puts it, Allah puts it, and I've seen violence definitely, but directly saying, so directly saying, when I show you, but your tafsirs have done great injustice. So when I show you This, you say no. You take your religious scholars, exegetes, and of course, me, my layman. So Islam to be taken by if you take what Dr. Khalil Andani said, then Islam should be taken by religious scholars, not by what you understand of Islam, the Quran, and only religious scholars, through religious scholars. So Sunnis should go to their religious scholars to understand the Quran properly, correctly. And Shias should go to their religious scholars, especially 12er Shias who don't have their Imam present, who cannot explain to them the Quran as. And if Ismailis, the dais are there and all, and they know but Imam had the Ismaili Imam. I'm sorry to put it this way, with due respect, uh, Imam has not explained the Quran, all the Quran ayats properly, right? He just says that this was not compiled, and I am the expounder, the explainer, interpreter of this Quran ayats, these Quran ayats. It should not even have been written down. So only the Imam, go to the Imam so he can explain these Quran ayats, which were not supposed to be written down there and taken in context and what how they were revealed at that time against some people, or you know, about some people. So so what is written and how it is imported, or what do you call it, conveyed, Surah Tahrim ayat, Imam can explain to you. It is Imam Tahrim. And I didn't even agree to the Shia tafsirs on Surah, like, Surah Fat against Bedouins. Hostilities, what? They say we don't want to fight. We don't want to go with you to war or anything. We just want to stay behind. Maybe they knew that. If they went with him, he might fight. He might start, oh, the fight, right? So here, you see when Surah Muhammad, why is this after mentioning the disbelievers and then the believers, praising the believers? Okay, then Allah says, so when you meet the disbelievers in battle, that is because those who disbelieve follow falsehood, and that those who believe follow the truth, al haq, right? So now, if you take this with Surah, now why it seems like now if you meet the disbelievers, like start fighting them, strike at their necks. You start fighting them because see, Surah 17 and 33. So for that ayat, it implies Surah Muhammad ayat. I haven't shown you I haven't shown you yet. Going to the fourth ayat of Surah Muhammad. Do not kill any person, but for haq. Except, right? It's forbidden to kill any person. Allah, whom Allah is forbidden to kill, right? Except with right. And the word is al haq. However it's pronounced, the meaning is the same, should remain the same. Balhaki. So you can find out what this means, right? Except for al-haqqu. The meaning is the same. So you get the meaning from other ayats, like this one. I got it. This is my way of research. I've seen the Shia research and I've shown you some of it. I don't agree to some of it, right? Like I showed you. So this is because those who disbelieve follow falsehood, and those who believe follow the truth now. I'd follow the truth, right? Al-haqqa, right? So, so when you meet those who disbelieve, strike next until when you have inflicted slaughter upon them, then secure bonds. So when you meet those who disbelieve, so far now from that ayat, now you can't take the general ayat, Surah 2, ayat 190, 91, 100, and sorry, Surah Baqarah, ayat 190 and 191. But if you take these ayats, don't take those ayats as general now, right? Because for fitna also and keep fighting against the polytheists until they desist. So taking the Shia tafsir until the polytheists give up their gods, meaning cease, stop not from fighting the believers. Surah 2 ayat 193, right? So fight until fitna ends and religion is for Allah. It would mean that they become Muslims, Muslim believers, but that's Aka Medipuya gives the not the right meaning of this. I showed you. This is my interpretation of the Quran. Surah 2, ayat 193. And then, so that ayat, the ayat which says, if they don't fight you, don't fight them, doesn't stand. It also, that ayat, it should not be taken generally. It, just, what do you call it? It, for this, because using that would just it would be absurd to use that ayat for this ayat and this for this. So continuing for this Surah Isra 33, like I worked it out, and Surah Muhammad ayats 3 to 4. 3, 3. This because those who reject Allah follow vanities, while those who believe follow truth, the truth. Allah. So you see, thus does Allah set forth for men their lesson by similitudes. So when you believers, meet those who you meet, so when you meet those who disbelieve, then strike the next. Now, actually, the way I took it, you see, the way even, God forbid, the radical Muslims may take it. Any disbeliever you meet, strike. What do you say about this? And if you're a religious scholar, say, use Surah Bakra as, we'll see if it makes sense, right? Oh, so I have to do more work on this, right? So, but for now, many things like this also, no, he was driven out. The true reason why the polities had to expel Prophet Muhammad. Showed you, right? I showed you. And that makes more sense, taking Surah new ayats and the monotheistic prophets against polytheism, like Abraham and his followers. Remember ayat. Yet what Allah says they don't understand. You can take that if Allah wishes that they become your friends, and don't fight them and be just with them, be equitable. But again, if taking these ayats, so it shows that the Quran has contradictions. If taking Surah Isra 33 with Surah Muhammad ayat 3 and 4, it would mean strike the believers, when you meet them, right? So, because there's no battle here, there's no context to a battle, if you even. So, you can't use this in context even for a battle. It's just it's very generally put, right? So, when you meet the disbelievers, you could say that it's generally put to explain, but who, how to take, no. So if the Quran is mostly taken as context about the battles also and this and that ayat to be taken generally in Surah, so never to fight anyone even a non-believer who is non-violent is, yeah, okay, you, right, take it. But here, right, it seems this way, even my interpretation makes sense, doesn't it? Taking Surah Isra, Surah 17, ayat 13, and Surah Muhammad ayats 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And especially 2 because Al-Haq, right? The disbelievers are on falsehood, the believers are on Haq. Now, when you meet the disbelievers, strike the next, you are told. When you meet the disbelievers, and not in battle, it doesn't say in battle. So that leaves room for open to interpretation, even though it says when the war harb lays its burdens. I wouldn't take that as the Shia Muslims take it, right? That the war they started. No, they didn't start the war. I would not agree with you because not even the Shias, because you're told when you meet the disbelievers in battle, it can't because there's a ayat also in Surah 33, right? So assault in Islam is not haram against hypocrites, those in whose hearts is a disease, and the rumor mongers. Assault is not haram wherever you find them, right? Not in the battle. Now, if your Shia religious scholars have said wherever you find them in the battle, Allah doesn't say that. Allah should have said that. In the city. You see, Allah doesn't say in the battle. So, assault is first of all not haram against disbelievers and hypocrites and all. Not in, okay, but let's say you say it's in the battle, right? So, what did Allah say in Surah 33? Is it in battle or in the city, Medina? And Medina can be also taken as a city. So, Medina generally can be taken as any city, it means city. Now, Surah 33, ayat 60. Okay, the Shia exegetes have tried to make it. See, if Sahih International, if the hypocrites and those in whose hearts is disease and those who spread rumors in Al Madinah do not cease from what? And in Al Madinah, we will surely incite you. Are they having a battle with you? Or this thing? Maybe I don't know how to close this. Pop up. Okay, maybe you have to subscribe to this, My Islam. Okay, let's go to, I hope Quran.com doesn't do this. Sign in or subscribe. And then when the pop up comes, maybe they will do it later. So, if they do not cease the hypocrites, from what? This is not made clear. So, it could mean from being hypocrites, and those in whose hearts is a disease could mean from having a disease in their hearts, and those who spread rumors in Al Madinah do not cease. From what? So it's open to interpretation. Now let's just put it that they do not cease from fighting you. Is that true? In the battle? No, it's this for the battle. In Medina, in the city. The city is huge, right? Or however big. Like we will show should there is there a battle going on? So for the next ayat, if they put that in the battle wherever you find them, seize them and completely kill them, right? In the city from fighting you, we shall certainly stir thee up against them. Who is being stirred up against them? The believers are. And what does this mean? We shall urge you to take action against them. Okay, they're not fighting you. Please see this. They haven't given you a battle. They're not fighting you. We will stir you up between them for goodness sakes. Yes. Really sorry that if your exegesis for the next ayat says in battle, wherever you find them and seize them, that's not right because you've ignored this part. And this shows clearly that it's not a battle. Allah says, we shall stir thee up against them to fight against them in the battle? No, it can't. It doesn't make sense. Then will they not be able to stay in it as thy neighbors for any length of time? Accursed wherever they are found, seized and massacred completely. We shall stir thee up against them in Medina if they don't cease from being hypocrites, having disease in their hearts, and spreading rumors in the city Medina. That's what this ayat means. And then there's assault against them, where accursed wherever they're found, seized and massacred completely. And you see more the style of Allah against the hypocrites, right? Violent, like so. This also ayat Surah 4 ayat, right? The exception falls. Surah 4 ayat 89. Let's start from Quran.com. So, why would Allah say when they're not fighting you here to because see the reason first Allah gives is not because they're fighting the hypocrites are fighting you but because they did not emigrate for the cause of Allah. This is the reason given by Allah, right? And until they emigrate, then seize them and kill them for their betrayal, for not emigrating, causing against Allah, their betrayal, right? The command of Allah. Emigrate for the if they don't emigrate for the cause of Allah, this is the reason why you should seize them and kill them, even when they're not fighting you. So here Allah doesn't give you the reason. You can take general ayat, Surah 2 ayat 190, 91, right? But why I don't take it? And then gives an exception here and then gives the reasons that if they're fighting you. But here he doesn't give the reason that they're fighting you, that's why kill them. He says just because, meaning just because they haven't emigrated in the cause of Allah, kill them. But if they turn away, refuse, just refuse, then seize them, capture them, and kill them for God's sakes. And this is the reason why you should, not because they turned away from the command of Allah to emigrate for the cause of Allah. And also they wish you would disbelieve and as they disbelieved. So Allah told them, to emigrate for the cause of Allah, and also do not take them. But the reasons, all this reason is not because they're fighting you, that you should seize them, capture them, and kill them. Here. So the absurdity of the next exception ayat, it collapses. Then Allah says, if they're not fighting you and they don't wish to fight their own people, it's an absurdity, that exception ayat. Next, the next one. Here, assault, seizing and capturing them and killing them is allowed. Okay, wherever you find them, no. But if they turn away, refuse, then seize them and kill them. Wherever you find them, yes. So here, assault of these hypocrites is allowed, and also killing of them. Seize them, capturing of them, and killing them, wherever you find them. So that's why in the beginning I said, don't read those. What your they will give you a cognitive dissonance also. Maybe I didn't know, but I was saying, like, first read the Quran ayats, what it is saying, and see the absurdity of the next ayat. The reason here is not that they are fighting you, that you should fight them in battle and find them in the battle, wherever you find them in the battlefield, capture them and kill them. Just because of their refusing, turning away. You didn't see that, now what a beautiful religion, Shia. So your religious exegetes, I can't go with on this. There's definitely assault against hypocrites. Now, if Allah covers this, oh, what have I said here? I don't know what kind of Allah this was, right? This wasn't a true Allah. That's what I'm trying to show you also. So if you take those ayats in general, then it doesn't make sense the way your exegetes have gone on also. Shia exegetes and taking the Quran ayats. So what Allama Aka Medipuya says that imams should use force against fasad, then that means corruption on land spreading. Although in English it's written like it goes into fasad, right? People and the hypocrite. So Imam Hussein should have taken a aggressive stance against Yazid. To, definitely wherever they're found, seized and so Imam was in back in Medina. I'm just seeing if that Yazid was in Damascus, but Imam's father had gone to Kufa, made that the main also what you call it, Islamic city, Kufa, Iraq. So you see, Islam is a beautiful, how they changed it, even your religious exegetes. And even Ismailis, think about this, can't the Imam I asked, or to the Dais or Ismailis, didn't come here, didn't explain to me. So you see, I have to show you in this way now. The living Imam, the present living, God give him a long life, Agha Khan the fifth. And before that, Agha Khan the fourth. So this is absurd of Allah saying, except for those who take refuge with the people between yourselves and whom is the treaty, while giving and who come to you, their hearts trained and fighting you, or fight, where are they? Where has Allah said here? For what reason has Allah given? Just because they turn away from this command of Allah, they emigrate in the way of Allah, right? But if they turn their backs, seize them and slay them. They've now moved away, turned their backs from emigration in the way of Allah, fi sabilillah. So that next ayat is absurd. And this shows to me this is the reason why you should seize them and slay them wherever you find them. Violent, terribly, extremely violent, right? Cruel, unjust, against the hypocrites. Reason given here. Turn away, seize them and slay them. So the next ayat would not make sense. Exception. Forget it. It collapses. This is what I've been trying to tell you from the day one I started this on these ayats, live streams. On Surah 4 ayats, 89, 90. Now, in other words, explaining the reason. If in the beginning I couldn't tell you properly, explain to you. Okay, I didn't have wanted to show you David Wood's thing on this, right? Video short. I just saw the short, Surah Baqarah, 190. See how even the Christians, he's put a red line on this, right? Red line. Oh, no, no, no. It's not, sorry. It's not this one. It's Surah. Sorry, I apologize. Making mistakes. Surah 5, ayat 32. And then if you read Allama Tabatabais, you would go to 33 also. So the Christians also, he's blaming the Muslims for uh, covering up, the reason why you should kill them and saying killing a soul, okay? So they cover up, right? Some Muslims, even Chaudhry Sahib, Mahesh Chaudhry, okay? Whoever kills a soul, right? Wait, give this. Whoever kills a soul, they don't give the whole ayat, like this part, they cover up. Whoever kills a soul, it is as if he had slain mankind entirely, right? Now, Allama Tabatabai says you have to take the next ayat. So Muslims do this, but what do the Christians do? And Dr. David Wood in his shorts has shown that the Christians, no, that the Muslims also cover this ayat up, this part. I don't know why. He's put a red line on this part. Indeed, the penalty for those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger. Why would the Muslims cut this part away? They want to show you that this is in war only. You can do this, kill someone. Right? So Dr. David Wood has blamed the Muslim believers for covering up this or part, but actually he should blame his own Christians and himself for covering up this part of the ayat. The next ayat also he's shown in his shorts. So it is, I was saying, I can't give these ayats, right? Because This ayat I cannot give, that war against, when there's a war against Allah and His Messenger, meaning there's a war against the Muslim believers, hmm? Isn't it? And strive upon earth corruption. It's a battle, it's a war. Now, wait a minute. Indeed, the penalty for those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger. What kind of a war is this? It's a physical war? So, Dr. David Wood has not explained it properly, right? But showing that the Muslims even covered this part of the ayat. Why would they cover this part of the ayat? They could simply say the wage a war against Allah and His Messengers. They're waging a war against the Muslims physically and strive upon earth corruption. But you see, the Christians don't say this, don't show this, but they just, like they miss this part. How many times has Fadi and Mr. J and all missed this part of that? It's just giving it that fight the disbelievers when they're not even fighting you. Kill the disbelievers, giving these ayats too. So for this ayat, so they've covered this part up, right, with the right that Dr. David Wood does, blaming the Muslims for covering this part with the red line marker or red line he's covered, blaming the Muslims for covering this part. How could the Muslims cover this part, Dr. David Wood? In your So this is because they wage war against Allah and His Messenger. Indeed, the penalty for those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger. Or could this mean, like Allah says, there's a war against those who take riba. So if you do fasad, so now explaining it, sorry, I didn't understand Dr. David What's blaming the Muslims for covering this part of the next ayat. So they at least cover some Muslims, they cover this part. If you kill a person, they cover this part. I understand this. Even Mahesh Chaudhary did it. Like, even I would do it. I wouldn't remember the ayat and just say, do not kill a soul. But I would say, at least say, without a just cause. If I knew this ayat, because I know my religion, right? So I wouldn't miss out on this without a just cause. I would at least say without a just cause, misinterpreting the ayats for murder or for no. Without a just cause would be if there's a killer, murderer, or okay, I misconstrued these words or leave them out for spreading mischief in the land, fasad in the land. I would at least say for a just cause, like in Surah 17, I 33. But but that even just saying for a just cause would not be right. But anyways, just putting it that way, not verbatim, word by word. This Quran ayat. You get it? Now, to explain to the Muslims, you have to be very careful, not like David Wood, who has been careless, right, in this video. He hasn't explained properly. Sorry. We need more explanation, proper explanation. Careless. Isn't it careless, love? Ah, ought to be you and me. It sounds because that's a song by who? Joe Cocker? Or no, no. Oh, another singer. Biggest line in this video. You see, there's the red lines, but he covers it. Or maybe you should. And if someone explains it, or am I showing you properly, or I think I have. I've understood the way I've shown you myself. I've understood, and I know this religion, and I know I haven't done much. In I could not have done made so many errors. And but someone else explaining. Okay, I'm going to watch this video again. Why would the Muslims, if I think Dr. David Wood has, I just can't play. I've got red flags and sorry, removed contents and all on my channel. I'm not God knows when my channel will be removed. So I can't take chances. I don't know what that is. Email from removing. So how many videos have been removed from my channel since some time now? Would that be a red flag or what? Anyways, but this I understand very clearly. My own understanding, reason given to myself, and then shown to you. If you don't understand it, okay, great. I mean, not great, but it's okay. Let it be. But when I become passionate, there are times I say, please leave this religion for your own good or something like this, for everyone's good, for the apostate's good, for a blasphemer's good, and that we can, for critical examination of every religious scripture we can do publicly. Now we can use this. How much lying have we done? How much covering we have done? I don't intentionally do that. And people like Dr. David Wood should not. They should be able to explain properly. So covering this part up, he has, right? This is how Muslims show you this ayat. But why would he cover this part? Why would the Muslims with a red marker or something like this, right? Red stripe. This part also he covers up. Please see Dr. David Wood, correct yourself. A person of your position should not, a debater, eligible, has debated and can talk properly, has eloquence and erudite knowledge. How many times he's debated? A person of your, David Wood's caliber, cannot do this, covering this ayat up, this part of the ayat, that the Muslims do that. So he shows in the previous ayat what the Muslims cover up, and this ayat also, what the Muslims cover up. How can the Muslims cover up this? I've seen the Christians cover up this part of the ayat. Those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger. Sorry, I didn't understand that, Dr. David Wood. So no, it failed. Dr. David Wood failed to explain to me this, although I wanted some eloquence from and honesty. I wanted a Christian to, like Dr. David Wood caliber, but he didn't. He failed to. He's made a mistake or something. Please correct us. How can a David Wood of such caliber make a mistake? So, as he says, the religious scholars, Muslim religious scholars lying to their believers, Muslim believers, he's done it himself. Lied against the Muslims on this ayat. Those who wage war against Allah and His Messenger. Okay, thank you very much. Shias, please. So they're definitely taking Surah Nisa ayat. There is assault allowed, but taking the next ayat, I don't. You see, but your Allah has made mistakes. So taking Surah Isra 33 and going to Surah Muhammad ayat, this also makes sense. That when you meet the disbelievers, strike their necks. Right? So as I show you, the Christians may not, and they might make some mistakes and go out of, like, take that war thing, wage war against, and then you won't even go there anymore because they've made this. You would say they're What? Misrepresenting or misconstruing the ayat and taking it out of context. Moreover, they have misrepresented the Muslim believers also, how they take the ayats, like Dr. David Wood has in this short on Surah Maida ayat 32 to 33. 32 is right in a way we do, but 33, no, it's wrong completely on that. To wage a war against Allah and the Messenger. So I've seen Christians do this on YouTube on that ayat. They miss out. The waging of the war, many Christians have missed out. They leave that ayat. Dr. David Wood, Christians have, and you're saying the Muslims do this? No, the Christians also do this for Surah Maida ayat 33. Muslims don't do this, can't do this. Because they're telling you that if there's a war against the Muslims, then they fight. And the Shias tell you this very explaining it, putting things, for surah, take this surah generally and all that. And they don't see the mistakes of Allah. You see? So this, okay? I need to take a break, although I'd like to go on. I will come back later after a break. What is, so this is, okay, let's see. I might come back after some, I might come back after some time. Thank you very much for your time and attention here. Any mistakes I've made, I will try my best to correct it. I'm very sure about. Very, very sure about. I've explained. However, I may have not explained properly. I will do that. If I feel I haven't explained properly and succinctly, I'll also try to make notes on that. But right now, I can't. Not today. Maybe some other day. And then it'll be less of, going here and there. Just read my notes out and explain to you, which would be tough. And I can't make videos on this. Sorry. I'm not well. And they won't even allow me to make videos because they made me more crippled. More crippled. So than I was before. I could make one or two videos and then upload it on my other channel, YouTube channel too, backup channels, you know. But that's how the obstacle casters want me to be. And maybe even though healing is going to work. Because it's all there set up. What can I do? That's terrible. If that is true. How wicked. Oh, this is really very terrible. You are very, very wicked. Merciless Muslims. Merciless. Shias also. Very wicked. Unfair. So unfair. And saying Ahlul Bayt were killed in this and persecuted. And all the Imams martyred, except for Imam Mahdi. By these, Sunni, sorry, the caliphs, Umayyad, and then the Abbasid caliphs. But see what Prophet Muhammad has done, and you can assault and capture and kill the hypocrites wherever you find them. But then Allah gives an exception, and those who take it, or those, but the radical Muslims, Allah has made a mistake here. So, but then why don't you take it like the Shias take it and make it such a beautiful religion, peaceful? No, don't kill the hypocrites if they have not emigrated for the cause of Allah. Wherever you find them. Don't do that. Read the next ayat. You're not like me. I left this religion seeing that Allah has made an error. The reason Allah has given there is different. The reason Allah is given in the exception is different. But you go killing the hypocrites and then take Surah Muhammad ayat. So you being Muslims taking it like this, at least they, the maybe the exegetes try to make it soft and deceive these Shias and Sunnis. Moderate. Do not attack if you're not attacked by the non believers. Peaceful people and the hypocrites. Do not attack if you're not fought against. That's how the radical, Islam should be. And radical Muslims, you're wrong, right? Because the absurdity of Allah, you should take that. You should take that ayat and not take Surah Muhammad. So don't follow me taking Islam, right? Leave Islam then. Don't, if you follow mine, then you should leave Islam, because that's not how even the radicals should, are wrong, completely wrong, right? Because you have to take Surah 4 ayat 89 with the 90, the exception. I'm showing the absurdity of Allah, so you should leave instead of going to Surah Muhammad and saying, yes, yes, she's right, let's find all the disbelievers, even the hypocrites, and kill them. So you're also wrong, absolutely wrong.
We'll be back. Until then, thank you so much.